Planet Dolan.
From not knowing that birds can fly to taking selfies with tigers, the Planet Dolan crew reenacts some of the best true stories from our subreddit about the dumbest things we've ever experienced. I'm Bruno the One, and today I'll be your narrator. Number 10 was submitted by That Gay Taco. The dumbest thing Wolfgang ever experienced happened during a trip he took with his family to Las Vegas. While their parents were off doing their own thing, Wolfgang and his brother went to Siegfried and Roy's secret garden dolphin habitat. While there, they stopped to look at the white tigers when all of a sudden, some idiot climbed inside so he could take a selfie with the tigers. Wolfgang's brother was about to yell at the guy to get out of the cage, but Wolfgang stopped him in fear of startling the tigers. Instead, he told his brother to get security. After his brother ran off to get security, Wolfgang stayed there and motioned for the guy to get out of the cage, but he just continued to take selfies with the tigers. Security eventually came, handcuffed the guy, and kicked him out. Number 9 was submitted by You'll Never Guess Who 48. One time, Princess Proton went to a football game when she wanted to get a cheeseburger, so she walked up to the concession stand to get one. After ordering, the girl at the counter asked, "Would you like cheese with that?" Even though she tried telling the girl that cheese automatically came with a cheeseburger, the girl said that they didn't come with cheese. Then she tried to put nacho cheese on the burger before someone else behind the counter came up and did the simple task of putting cheese on the burger. Princess Proton paid for the cheeseburger, then got an apology for the inconvenience. Number 8 was submitted by X Hey Bayex. Pecan and her friend Gooby were hanging out in front of Gooby's house one time. When Pecan stood up, she noticed that there was a lemon stuck to her foot. After kicking it off, a lady yelled from the other side of the street, "Don't you have something better to do than kick lemons in the street?" Pecan and Gooby were scared, so they just stood there and smiled awkwardly. Then the lady marched over to their side of the street and knocked on the front door to Gooby's house. She told her mother what Pecan did, which was giving her attitude and being abusive to lemons. Number 7 was submitted by Hitmon Jet. Spinces has a sister-in-law who isn't the sharpest tool in the shed. One time, she said that she didn't understand how the sun could be shining in other parts of the world when it was shining where they were. But the dumbest thing her sister-in-law ever did happened while they were watching a movie. Out of nowhere, the sister-in-law screamed in pain. When Spinces and her brother asked her what happened, she told them that she had been holding her piggy in front of her face. As soon as she saw it, she bit into it because she thought it was candy. Damn, you stupid. Number 6 was submitted by Michael Diamante. The dumbest thing Zaraganba ever experienced happened while taking a picture of a car parked in a non-parking spot. The guy who owned the car came out of the store and asked him why he was taking pictures of his car. Zaraganba told him that he thought it was funny that he parked in the area of the crisscross lines that were at the end of the row of parking spots. That excuse didn't fly with the guy, so he called the cops. When the cops arrived, they put Zaraganba in one car and the guy in the other before questioning them about the incident. Afterwards, they told the guy that anyone could take pictures of whatever they like. Then, the guy told him that he was concerned about his license plate number being linked to something illegal, but they just told him that license plate numbers are public information. When the cops were done explaining everything to the guy, he apologized to Zaraganba. Number 5 was submitted by Leviathan X94. One night, Spinal Palm and his brothers went to get some fast food. On their way home, his oldest brother kept missing the turn to their street. It happened at least 3 times. Just before making their turn onto their street, his brother rolled down the window and threw his half-filled drink at a parked car. It exploded all over the windshield. Spinal Palm's brother told him that he had purposely missed the turn for the sole purpose of getting the perfect shot at that car. Although it was terrible and stupid, Spinal Palm and his brothers couldn't stop laughing. Number 4 was submitted by LOL Pop LOL Dab. The dumbest thing Charky ever experienced was when he was in 3rd grade. As the bell rang for lunch, his dumb best friend ran into the cafeteria and for some reason began to take a dump. When his friend was finished, Charky watched in disbelief as his friend jumped on one of the tables and danced. Once school was over for the day, his friend's mom slapped the hell out of him. It ended up being a horrible day for his idiot friend. Number 3 was submitted by DawsWoozy000. When he was in 9th grade, Sid had a very tough but ultimately dumb teacher for math. While taking a test one time, Sid came across a question that he thought was very simple. The question was, 2 guys are running a marathon. One finished it in 45 minutes and the other finished it in 55. Which one was slower? Sid picked the 55-minute guy because of logic. However, his dumb teacher marked it as wrong. Sid asked why, and his teacher explained to him and everyone else that a person with a slower time is the same as a person with a lower time. Obviously, that was false, and Sid and his fellow classmates argued with her about it, but she wouldn't budge. Fed up with his teacher, Sid just walked out of class. As he walked out, the teacher said, "You'll miss the next questions." Sid responded with,
"I don't care."
What made his teacher really dumb was that she was also a swim coach, so he felt that she should be good when it came to timing. Number 2 was submitted by Pizza Gum. One day, Salty Squid went to a coffee shop where his sister worked. While waiting in line, the customer in front of him ordered a coffee. Instead of a cup, however, the man wanted his coffee in a cone, since the shop also sold ice cream cones. So Salty Squid's sister had to explain to the customer that it didn't quite work that way. Number 1 was submitted by Ultra Angel. At school, Toad was talking to some of her friends in the hallway when someone started screaming. Everyone began to ask what was going on. So the kid said, "I saw a bird and it was flying." Toad told them that birds were supposed to fly, but the kids still felt the need to ask their science teacher for confirmation. After the science teacher told them the same thing, the kid just walked out of the classroom. He looked as though his mind had been blown. Huge thanks for the folks over on our Planet Dolan subreddit for submitting their stories. We have another question for you. What was the most immature thing you've ever seen an adult do? Let us know in the Reddit page linked below, and you might be featured in a future countdown. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take care, everybody. Peace.